My name is Stephanie Higgins, and I'm running for City Council, candidate place 1. I moved into Rowlett December of 2019, so the first year that we moved into our house was COVID. So I spent a lot of alone time. So we've been here for about a little over 2 years now. Volunteer service. Here in, 2021, October, I started the Heroes on the Water Rowlett chapter to help veterans with PTSD and first responders. So we take them out and take them fishing. So our first event is actually going to be in May of this year. So I'm super excited about that. And then I'm also volunteering some of my time to put together a volunteer water rescue, as I spoke with earlier about the issue today. And then I also am wanting to get together with all the other cities on the lake. So I've been working on that to put the water trail in so we can apply for national water status. National Water Trail status. So if we get on that, then we'll have the largest water trail here in the North Texas area once we are awarded that title. So I'm working with that right now. So I've got a lot of different volunteer things in the background going. I guess my driving motivation is I just want to be the change. I don't want to complain about it. I've only been here for 2 short years, and I've been heavily involved with different things in the city. Some of it's public, some of it's, behind closed doors that, I'm just doing, just as any other citizen would, just to try to find information. So I guess my motivation would be just trying to make things better, make changes. I guess what uniquely qualifies me might have a little bit to do with my business. So I work in the construction industry, and there's a lot of insurance carriers that routinely, just intimidated to begin with. It's insurance. It's one of the largest corporations in the world, and so people get intimidated by them. And so my job is to speak up for those who can't and educate the homeowners to make the best decision. And so that's pretty much what I would like to do here on council. I really just want to build a better foundation. Right now we have a pretty good one, but I think with all of our increasing growth, and we've got the new Sapphire Bay development coming in, our growth is just inevitable. It's going to happen, but we're going to need a better foundation to do it. Better roads, better utilities, better safety. We just really need to focus more on the foundation right now, and I think that's what needs to happen. I'm definitely for that, and I think the council did made a good decision on the the road assessment that's supposed to be coming up. I think that was this last council meeting that was voted in, and we're going to be getting a lot more data on the current status of our alleyways and roadways and utilities. And I think, again, that goes back to really building the foundation, and I think that was a good decision for them. And this next council will definitely have some decisions to make with that data. Like I said on the last question, I think they did a really good job, this council did, on implementing that new data assessment for the roads and alleyways and infrastructure. So it'll give this council a better understanding of where we're at and where we need to be at and how to get there. So that's the best thing that they could have done for the city. I think right now with our high density developments, I think that we've kind of reached our peak for the time being, and I'm going to keep going back to the foundations, because if we keep increasingly growing and not taking care of the safety, the infrastructure, the utilities, it's not going to be sustainable. It's not going to sustain the growth. And so at this time, I think that we've probably hit our max until we can build the foundation a little better to sustain the overall growth. We all have a dream, and I think that, we're just trying to plan, so we have to have a plan. I think that it should be done on a case-by-case basis, but we also need to take into account that what's coming, like the Sapphire Bay. I think, at some point we're going to get very competitive with what land we have left, and I think that, it's going to have to be on a case-by-case basis. I think the current council did really good on the negotiations, given the fact that we're a customer city. All we can do is negotiate, and they got the best that they could with the taker pay system that we currently have. I know I've heard several people say that we're in for another argument that unfortunately is going to be raising the water even more. So at this point, I don't have enough information about that to figure out what specifically my argument is, but I do know that it's coming. And it's definitely something that we're really going to have to dig into. As far as incentives, I think, again, that's going to be on a case-by-case basis, but with Sapphire Bay coming in, I do think what land we do have left is going to start getting very competitive with businesses wanting to come in. We have a very unique development coming ahead of us. And like I said, I think we may not have to offer as much incentives as the development continues to get built. Like I said, at this point it's going to be on a case-by-case basis, but I think, as we grow and as the development for Sapphire Bay gets built, the land we do have is going to get very competitive, and I don't think we'll have a huge problem with offering incentives for very much longer as the more the city moves out and gets built out. I don't think we'll have too much of an issue, but I don't know a lot about what incentives we have offered. But I do think we will offer some, but I don't think it's going to be quite to the extent that it has in the past with the upcoming development. I don't know a lot about tax rate. I know that we're getting our tax data back a lot later than what we should to be able to make the right decision. So we're making a decision on a guesstimate. It's an assumption on what our property taxes and appraisals are going to be based off the information that we get from the city of Dallas. So with all the data, just same as every budgeting and all the things like that, they're having to take an estimate on what they think that's going to be. And I don't think that anybody ever wants any type of property tax increase. I sure don't. But, I think the city and city council is always trying to keep it, lower it, make it lower, and never to go above it. So they're just trying to take the data that they do have, given last year's appraisals, and all the budgeting data to figure out where we need to be at, and then wait for the actual new data to come in from the appraisal district. So I think they're doing the best they can right now. I do know that there is a problem with the police department and other departments, as well as staff members in the city, having some issues with communication, professionalism, accountability, transparency, and a lot of those things are mentioned on my website. I do think that there needs to be some implementation of procedures that need to happen, and a lot of accountability needs to happen within our city staff. But I think we'll get there. Ooh, my overall vision. Well, I've only been here for 2 years, and it seems like since day one I've been in and out of the city, getting to know more and more people, and I feel like the problems that I've gone through in the last 2 years aren't just my own, that more people that I've met are going through a lot of the same problems of getting information, receiving information, And I think we definitely need to improve more on that. I mean, I'm not going anywhere. We're retiring here. We're probably going to start having kids here in the next couple of years. So I'm definitely not going anywhere. As far as where I see Rowlett here in the next 10 years, wow, that Sapphire Bay development is going to be getting done about that time. I think they said it was going to be about a decade for that to get completely done and running. So I think at that point, we're really going to start seeing a lot of competitive businesses come in, or way before that coming in. So I think right now is going to be a really important time to update all of our comprehensive plans with that in mind, and just make sure that we're looking and taking care of all of that future growth. The trails behind the homes has been one of the most public things that I've been doing. I've been doing a lot of things that aren't very public. I started the Rowlett Better Not Bigger page to put information out there for people to ask questions, get questions answered. I know there was the issue with the Cheesa and Miller gas station. I was able to provide some clarity on processes. So not everybody has been through the process of doing an appeal or going to P&Z, citizen input, how many times they can speak. So I try my best to educate based off of my experience and what I know. And so, that wasn't the only thing that I've done. And public service, I'm always trying to help out. I just recently had a bunch of dog wheelchairs fall into my lap. A friend of mine buys storage units, and they happened to buy a storage unit full of dog wheelchairs. And I reached out to one of the citizens, and I was like, hey, do you know any, local nonprofits around the area? And we were able to donate some to one of the local nonprofits for animals. So that was really, that was nice. But, I'm always doing things. It's not always public, but I'm always in the background doing something. So I guess my motivation goes back to my business. Speak up for those who can't, educate those looking for information, seeking information. That's really just my passion, is just helping people. I guess in the end, whether you vote for me or you vote for my opponent, I am still going to be here. We are going to retire here, and I'm going to continue to implement things like more safety on the lake, and more safety in and around our community. But this may be just the first time you're seeing me in public, but I'm definitely not going anywhere. Brian Galliardi. He's really awesome as an opponent. A lot of knowledge base. I know he's dealt a lot with the bonds committee. Honestly, I couldn't have a better opponent. I think they are just, he's awesome, really helpful. We talk quite a bit. We have a very good relationship going on. So, whether you vote for me or vote for him, I think the city's in good hands.